bring things to these guys, or are you really playing these guys as they existed?
Well, casting was, I mean, it's such a big, I mean, this film lives and dies with the cast, obviously, but it was finding guys who were believable athletes, who just seemed cool, like good teammates, and, you know, I've cast a lot over the years, and I just felt like I've gotten better at it or something. Just like putting together this team was really, really wonderful, but that's just the beginning, you know, once we got together and started really workshopping, we got this multi-week kind of work-play environment going where they all live together in a bunkhouse that I have out in the woods. So.
Actually, his daughter wrote a poem, and when we went back to South by Southwest, she wrote a poem called 12 Hunks and Bunks.
What was the atmosphere like on set? I mean, this is a movie that just looks like it was more fun than anything to make. I mean, was that how it was, or was this one of those grueling experiences where it looks great on screen right behind
a lot of comedies, you realize how much everybody hated each other and how, you know, but no, not this.
Actually, the guy that plays Bromley, he's an asshole. He's a little freshman coming trying to terrify.
Everybody was like truly an honest person. I think that's what struck me at first. Like, especially like in Hollywood, you can like meet some disingenuous people or some jaded people or people who've been around for a little while and can be like, you know, not great. Everybody was like honestly them. And and when I think everybody became super comfortable with each other was when it was like, oh wow, this is like the trust tree. Like you can just, and Rick gave us the opportunity to fail so often. That's so important, so that to be able to feel that freedom, that like as soon as I think the first 3 days, that feeling never left us on set. And there were, I mean, everybody that wasn't shooting that day, if they were there in Austin, you'd be on set because that's where you want to be. That was more fun than being at home by yourself.
Yeah, that's always a good sign when the guys were so there supporting each other. Even when they weren't working, they were there kind of in support. Even the very last shot of the movie was about 3:30 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and it was cold by then. And it was just Blake in that scene. And yeah, you guys were all there. It was so cool. It was like we were rapping, but everybody was there. Every single cast member was there.
We're all there because nobody knows who we are and we're poor and we need craft service.
These guys were a fun bunch to look at with their facial hair and their stuff. They would go out together. And you guys,
we're there because we're hungry.
What's wrong with you guys? It worked in the movie, but step off the set.
Really good set right now, lunchtime.
Just get like 15 energy bars and bounce. No, it's actually, I was telling some of the younger guys who kind of are new to this, like there's a lot of first-time actors in this movie, that it doesn't get any better than this. And I was trying to make sure and like impart that on them is like, you're going to do a lot of movies and this is as good as it gets. Like to actually take part in the creative process and to be with a bunch of people who are like all for the end product and all working for each other and all willing to pass the buck and nobody's trying to hog screen time, even though on screen it looks like I am.
Yeah. He's only got more stuff to cut out.
Yeah, I think I'm the most cut actor for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so that tells you
So
something.
again, check out the DVD to see my performance, see more brilliant Finnegan stuff. So.
Vulture ran a really interesting review of this movie saying it was the gayest movie of the year.
I'm so proud of that.
That is great. You know why that is? Because at least when I was playing hockey, there's a culture of like closeness in a locker room that could be construed as.
Yeah.
But I think that's a compliment.
Yeah.
Don't you?
I'm sure there's a gif of Blake going into Bromley's ass somewhere. I actually read that article too. I thought that was genius. Especially it started off with Tyler heckling about how he's like posing and he's got like his shirt up to here and he's like talking like this the
He
whole
looks
time.
like the 70s porn
Yeah,
star.
exactly. They're like, we know where this is going.
I don't know, on some level, this is a dude movie, but were you shooting this with sort of the idea that like the women in the audience might enjoy sort of gazing upon
You
these
know,
hunks and
when we were casting, I was kind of early on. It's like, oh, casting, and I had 3 female casting directors, 1 in Austin, 2 here. And I was kind of like, oh, what parts? And I just felt kind of bad, I was like, I only have 1 substantial female part. I'm just sorry. And they're bringing in the guys, and I'd make another kind of, oh, I'm sorry, it's all guys, it's my guy movie. And they're like, what are you talking about? We love this. We love all these, they're like, oh yeah, they like looking at all the guys. So it finally, oh yeah, maybe just because it's all guys doesn't mean that excludes, women kind of like hanging out with guys. I don't mind watching movies with all, whatever. Did you? So, yeah, I could get over that, because that was the strong point of view of the movie. So I think I didn't really want to deviate from that too much, I told Zoe, she's got the weight of all young womanhood on her shoulders, but,
Does anybody in the audience have any excellent and probing questions for these gentlemen? Right over there.
As actors, 2 questions. Were you athletes? Did you do that, or actually all 3? Were you athletes in school? Did you bring any of that to doing the movie? And what did you do to get like the 80s feel out of that whole thing for yourself, since you were born in the end of the 80s?
Yeah, I'd say all the guys were athletes. Not all had played a lot of baseball, but I was kind of going for that sort of athletic swagger. Not only the body, a believable college athlete body, but that thing you have if you've ever been the art society just elevates athletes to this kind of ridiculous level. So to experience that a little bit yourself, then you can kind of know what
Were you an athlete in school?
I was, yeah.
What'd you play?
Football, baseball, basketball, anything with a ball.
What's your bench drunk?
I was like
Hockey player when you were macho.
Huh?
I know Wyatt's a hockey player, right?
Yeah, I used to be. Not anymore. That one's gone. That dream died along the right side of my head.
Yeah.
He has the idea of capturing the 80s, even though you guys were born after the 80s. But I guess more interesting to me is sort of the experience of wearing those pants.
Yeah, you guys, the expressions on your face when the wardrobe.
Yeah, I was like, my mom says, pants so tight you can tell what religion you are.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I mean, doesn't leave lots to the imagination, I guess, does it?
Yeah.
It was music. Everything again days. Music was the lead, I think, and then just we had a lot of reference. You can look up anything. You can we're watching Soul Train and American Bandstand for disco lessons.
Every night.
Totally immersion. We watched movies.
We watched movies, and in his house, the whole wing of it is a game room. So we just put on an iPod Nano that he gave all of us with like 100 preloaded songs, like not only from the 80s, like pretty much from like 79, 80.
79, 80, mostly, yeah.
And so we just like hung out to that, and it just like permeated the day.
We also loved like Rapper's Delight when we got that thing. What was the original scene in the car? Like, what was the original song before Rapper's Delight?
Oh, I think that was always going to be.
It was always going to be Rapper's Delight.
At the beginning of the movie, it was a Van Halen song, not
That's
My
right,
Sharona.
that's right.
But I saw how much you guys love My Sharona. So
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about that. It was a big statement, but then I realized how much you guys were like, no, you got it. I was like, okay, go all the way with
The first time we let Rick down was when he wanted us to memorize all 13 and a half minutes of Rapper's Delight.
When I realized you hadn't, I said, it's not Rapper's Delight. I need you to know all of this, because I was going to use it for that scene, and because then you stop by the parking lot, and then it picks up again. I was going to pick it up, so you had to know all of it.
Do you remember?
It's like you need to know it all the way up to
Yeah.
chicken tastes like wood,
I'll do all 13 and a half minutes right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna finish out the Q&A. We still have all 13 minutes.
Yeah.
We actually have to wrap it up. We have time for one more question from the audience. It has to be a great question. Strong question.
Everybody's like, I don't
Do you
know.
have a really good question? Like a great question?
First of all, I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was great and like a lot of fun. Second, I was just wondering, as someone that enjoys hanging out with other people's guys, I feel like it was very authentic. Just the vibes that you get from hanging out with these guys, it felt very genuine. And I was wondering, how much of it was in the script, or like did you have room to kind of improvise and kind of make jokes of your own since you knew each other?
Well, yeah, you're talking about improvising and just that vibe. Yeah, I don't think you can just act that. You have to kind of be that. And that's what the goal of our workshop rehearsal process was. So I think every like super fun, weird thing in the movie probably came out of that workshop, came from the guys themselves, so much of that. So that was sort of the goal of that, to see, dive in on those characters and kind of get their own like rhythms and humor and a lot of, you know, get a bunch of people together, things get funny, you know, people can, you know, it's a lot of fun. So I was trying to infuse the movie with that same energy, if it, you know, if it fit the character and everything.
We just threw a lot of bad ideas at Rick until he like put them in the script.
I'm like,
yeah. Well, no, it wasn't.
they only remember the hits, you know, when it works.
No, I remember some of the not
The
hits.
shoot downs.
Yeah, there was a couple great ones. Because like you're so busy. Well, it's also there's 12 guys, so you're constantly sort of like, you know, like I don't want to bother anybody, but I also don't want to not go like just not say anything. So you got to find the right time, and
Yeah.
it's, you know, you're gonna do it right. I remember there's a story with Tyler and Ryan were pitching something.
They were the worst pitchers every time.
They had the lowest batting average. Ideas that ended up in the final.
But it was just like.
Because eventually you're gonna buy this car, sir.
Like eventually I said, you guys start your own TV show. These are all great ideas for your TV show.
They were pitching something, and it was just like, I think I was watching it, and they were doing the scene, and it was fine. It probably just didn't work, but there was a million other things to do. It wasn't probably the right time, and Rick was like, and he walked out and left. Not in a bad way, just like I have to go do something else right now, sort of, and just drifted off. And they were still doing the scene, and they turned to each other like, he's not watching anymore. That might seem hard to play.
Well, Glen, Wyatt, Rick, thank you so much for coming out today. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. Guys,